we forget very often that this fits within a historical context. Right?
Excuse me.
During the Great Depression,
Let this guy talk for a minute.
occupations that took place in factories, occupations that took place
I gotta
in Wall
get
Street.
comfortable.
It was the reality of that you began to create a public works jobs that took people off the street. Right? Here you don't have that climate. You got legislators that are still interested in only feeding the rich, and so you got the context for a movement to build. During the Great Depression, you saw unemployment up to 25%, and so folks knew they had to do something, or unless they were casting the seeds for a revolution. And when I talk about the hypocrisy of prayer, if you have folks that pray and then don't do anything to change any circumstances of the individual, of the community. You got people who pray as a way of feigning that they're doing something when they know full well they're not going to do anything anyway. And then the other side of the hypocrisy of prayer are those who have deliberately stolen, those who have deliberately oppressed, those who have deliberately destroyed, but yet they're going to say a sanctimonious prayer for those that they have oppressed, destroyed, and exploited. So I got a problem with this hypocritical way of prayer. Yes, we're doing an alternative event because who's going to be
There's the Rally for
the
Truth. That's on my channel.
Really
right there.
Those purveyors
right.
And those representatives of the 1%.
Come on now.
And then there's all the rest of us that really, in our ministries, we have to deal with every day those who are broken by the 1%. Yeah. Those who are put out of their homes by the 1%.
Bringing in a little bit of Malcolm X. You go, X.
And so what we want to do is in our alternative prayer breakfast, we want to adequately and fully and responsibly represent the 99% of us who struggle and hope and move towards creating a real democracy in this nation. Because we know that democracy
Hurricane
in this nation right
Katrina.
now is predicated on
Anarchy in
every oil company,
New Orleans. Now you see how nice that you can just bring that up like that with your mouse.
Legislation for themselves.
I like that. That's pretty handy. And I think we're going to be losing that feature too, right?
Basically, all the lenders were sitting down with Treasury, and they were writing the rules that protected themselves so that they could exploit all the rest of us.
Yeah. Come on,
we are talking about real democracy.
That's right.
Democracy that is of the people.
That's right.
Democracy that is for the people.
Come on now.
Democracy that represents the people.
That's right.
And so what we will be praying about is the same type of things that we're out here about. To make this nation truly live up to our vision of what this nation can be.
That's right.
To make this nation live up to a real and true spirit of democracy. We're going to be praying so that money is not put in bombs and weaponry into the industrial and military complex, but it's put into human lives, put into neighborhoods, put into communities where all of us can be lifted up. So when we talk about praying, we're not just sitting up there talking to God and then doing nothing. We're coming to put our heart, our spirit in it, and make a commitment to doing everything that we need to do. One, to support the occupation.
Yes, sir.
Two, to agitate in the ways in which we can agitate.
That's right.
And three, to be the revolutionists that our spiritual traditions call us to be.
Come on now.
Because our religions have also been hijacked.
Yes.
Hijacked by those who really want to make it an opium.
Come on now.
Hijacked by those who really want us to be apathetic.
Come on now.
Hijacked by those who really want us to be objective and fair to everybody on all sides. But you know, sisters and brothers, when somebody's being hurt, how can you be fair? How can you stand in the middle and be objective?
Come on now.
Somebody's the villain.
Preach.
We know it. And we got to do something about it. So the prayer is an act of prayer, and we invite you to be with us. All can come together. And we may come from different faith traditions.
That's right.
But we're not arguing over creeds.
That's right.
We're not arguing over theology.
That's right.
We're not arguing over what name God may be called. But what we're arguing over is that the dignity of all human beings can be respected, and that the least of us will have the voice that the greatest of us have. God bless you. Continue to struggle.
Okay, so I'm not promoting. Let's do this one here. I am not.
HepatitisCfree.com.
I am not promoting the Occupy Wall Street movement by all means. So I don't want people to misunderstand why I would hold that there, right?
The FDA knocked on my door. They wanted me to be compliant.
But these are important issues in our community, and we got to respect other people's opinions, right? I would go about it a different way. That's not to say that I won't pass the information that way. It's just, some of the things it's just not, I'd like to think I'm a little more aggressive than that, right? I'm more like the fox in the hen house, right? I'd rather be the fox than the hen, so I feel there's too many hens, and, the police rallying up all the hens, it's not my way of doing business. I think if we're going to sock it to them, I think we should sock it to them where it really hurts, and, money talks, right? But that's my personal opinion, but whatever. And I wouldn't do it for malicious reasons. I would do it for everything that pastor was just talking about, for humanity and for the people, not for the profit, not for the corporation, not for the, not for the wealth of bags of gold, right?
Again.
Okay.
I have that
so anyway, let's just zoom out. Now, remember this, guys, right? He's got a good channel, and he's put a lot of time into it, and I'm sure he's going to be very disappointed.
And of course,
when he loses. Since 2006, he's one of the. He's old school. He's one of the originals. He's one of the ones that, have sat and put a lot of time into this, and, volunteered. Obviously, this is a lot of volunteering time. You can see this, right? And I'm not paying to view these videos, so that's not to say I don't appreciate them, because I do, and I've watched quite a few of his, right? G20 Power. Let's see what this one is. Repower American Rally, September 24th, 2009. Let's see how far down we can get into this. Oh, hold on a minute. I'm just going to bring it all the way 3 years ago. Wow. 5 years ago. Wow. Look at that. Okay. So we're going to just zoom in on this here. Check that out. Let's go to the very first one. So this was May 23rd, 2006, 5 years ago. He's had it up there for a very long time. And if you notice, I've only been on his site for maybe 8 minutes? Well, it's 8 minutes now, and I did a little bit prior to that, right? So it didn't take me very long to find this. And full-size music video for Special, the song featured on Free Speech TV, Iraq War 3rd Anniversary Special. So, I used to have Iraqi men come to my park event in 2000, I think it was 8. I don't think it was 2007, I think it was in 2008. And they tried to rip down the American flag, and I had to get up in there, and I was ready to duke it out with them. And that's my cat phone around down there. Because they were so angry with the Bush government for, bombing Iraq and, disrupting so many lives, that they couldn't understand why I was hanging. I gotta get this freaking cat out of here. They couldn't understand why I was doing a park event with, the American flag up there. And, but, hold on a minute.